All right, let's dive in. Tonight, we are sinking into the gaslit, ghost-haunted streets of a city that's literally drowning in perpetual night. We're talking about Blades in the Dark, and this is your guide to becoming a scoundrel. Okay, so the very first thing you have to get your head around is this one central chilling fact. 1,000 years ago, a cataclysm shattered the sun. And as if that wasn't bad enough, it also broke the gates of death. So yeah, the world is in perpetual darkness, and it's haunted by ghosts.
And the city at the heart of all this darkness is Duskfall. Some call it Duskwall, others the Dusk, but for the people who actually live there, huddled behind its lightning-wreathed walls, it's just home.
So let's pull back that grimy curtain, shall we? I want you to imagine a place that feels like 1870s Venice or Prague, all canals and crumbling beauty. Now suffocate it in the thick, choking smog of an industrial revolution. Then just extinguish the sun and let the ghosts of the restless dead fill every single alleyway. That is the essence of Duskfall.
This right here, this really captures the city's whole deal. On one hand, you've got the march of industry chugging along, you've got trains, steamboats, printing presses. But on the other hand, just outside the city walls, the Deathlands are absolutely swarming with vengeful spirits. And the only thing keeping them out? A crackling barrier of massive lightning towers, which, by the way, are powered by the electroplasmic blood of titanic sea demons. No big deal. This world is literally running on demon juice just to keep the dead at bay.
So where do you fit in all this? Well, the game puts you right in the worn-out boots of a scoundrel. Look, your goal isn't to save the world, not even close. It's to carve out a piece of it for yourself, to build a criminal enterprise from the ground up, right in the middle of rival gangs, angry ghosts, and the corrupt city watch. And you have to understand, Duskfall isn't just about ghosts and gears. It is a city of staggering extremes. We're talking unimaginable wealth, living right next door to the most crushing poverty. And the line between them? It is razor thin. You can see that divide so clearly right here. I mean, look, on one side you have the gilded, shining Imperial Theater where the city's elite go to be entertained, and on the other, you have the squalor where most people live and die. Two completely different worlds, separated by maybe a few blocks. The source material just paints this incredible picture. You take a wealthy district like Brightstone, and it talks about broad, paved streets under bright electric lights and houses of fine, pale marble blocks. Sounds pretty nice. But then you compare that to a place like Six Towers, a faded district, and you get sprawling old buildings dark without power, with broad stone streets cracked and buckled, and even the fires of squatters crackling from overgrown lots. The difference is, well, it's night and a slightly better lit night.
So that's the city, a cold, foggy, haunted place filled with both opportunity and total despair. And living there, it forces you to ask a really fundamental question about yourself.
In this city of shadows, who are you going to be?
Okay, so your identity in the underworld, it all starts with what's called your playbook. Now, don't think of this like a normal character class. It's more like your reputation. It's the street slang for your particular brand of trouble. For instance, if you're known for, meddling with arcane powers and dealing with the city's spectral side, people on the street are going to call you a whisper.
But hey, if your talents are more on the social side, if you're a smooth talker who can manipulate and deceive your way out of anything, you're known as a slide. It's your area of expertise, it's your calling card.
But here's the thing. No scoundrel, I don't care how tough you are, lasts long on their own in Duskfall. To survive, let alone thrive, you need a crew. And this right here is the real heart of the game.
And this is a really important idea to grasp. Your individual scoundrels, they're fragile. They can get killed, they can get sent to the slammer, they can just burn out. But the crew, your little criminal enterprise, that's the real main character of the story. The crew is what carries on. And just like your character, your crew has its own identity. So what are you gonna be? A team of silent assassins striking from the shadows? Maybe a gang of tough bravos selling your muscle to the highest bidder? Or maybe something weirder, like a cult dedicated to some forgotten god. You could be hawkers peddling illicit goods, shadows specializing in burglary, or smugglers moving contraband through the dark canals. Choosing your crew type is basically how you, as a group, tell the game what you're interested in. It focuses the story. If you pick assassins, you're saying, hey, we want jobs with some intrigue and wet work. If you pick smugglers, you're signing up for tense chases and shadowy handoffs. So,
You've got your scoundrel, you've got your crew, now it's time to earn your keep. It's time to run a score.
A score is just a job. Simple as that. It's a single criminal operation with a clear goal. Burgle a noble's manor, assassinate a diplomat, smuggle some weird artifact out of the Deathlands, you get the idea. This is the bread and butter of a scoundrel's life.
And these scores come in all shapes and sizes. It might be a classic job that fits your crew's reputation, a daring heist for a crew of shadows. It could be a bold power play to seize a valuable piece of turf from a rival gang. Or maybe it's something more personal, a mission your own characters decide is worth the risk.
So you take the risk, you pull off the job against all odds. What do you get for all that trouble? Well, besides just staying alive, the payoff really comes in two forms: coin and reputation.
First, there's coin. Now, this isn't literal cash in your pocket. Think of it more like an abstract measure of your wealth, your liquid assets. A successful score might net your crew, say, 4 coin, which is enough to keep you going, maybe upgrade your lair, and invest in a few new opportunities.
But in a city built on whispers and shadows, what you're really earning is reputation. Every successful job makes your name that much louder on the streets. People start to fear you or respect you. And in Doskvol, reputation is the true currency of power. And that really brings us to the core of it all. This isn't a game about playing it safe. It's about being bold, being ambitious, and taking big chances for a bigger life. So the final question the game leaves you with is this. You're a daring scoundrel. You're not some risk-averse, ordinary citizen. So, are you ready to fall in love with trouble? If the answer is yes, then the gaslit streets of Doskvol are waiting for you.